really, why does Africa matter? Why should we here at home in the United States care about what is going on in Africa? What does it mean to us?
Well, I mean, really what you should be saying is, why should we care about anyone? Because at the end of the day, there are people suffering hardships, and there is chaos and pain and suffering everywhere. And going to Malawi and witnessing these experiences made me understand that we are not only responsible for what's going on in Malawi and sub-Saharan Africa, the continent of Africa, but we are responsible for what's going on in our own backyard. And if you want to change the world, then just treat the person next to you with dignity and respect, and that's the beginning.
One of the challenges that many documentarians face when they go to make a documentary, and particularly in a place where there is so much help needed, is that they find that they go, they make a documentary, they connect with the people there, and then they have to leave. And how do you feel about leaving Malawi behind, and what are your hopes for what will happen next?
We definitely haven't left Malawi behind. The work is beginning now. We started a foundation, we started a scholarship program, and there's a lot of work ahead. I mean, this is a lifelong project. It's not just a film. This is going to be, for the next however many years for me, it's going to be a place that I'm going to call my second home. I want to go there and spend time with these people that were so generous to me, and just really kind of define that I am because of what I was thinking. So the work has just started. In fact, we're going to go back and, elbows to the grindstone.
That's great. Why don't we take a couple questions from the audience about film? Yes, right here in the front.
Really, really moving and inspiring. So thank you very much. It makes me want to take my gap year in Malawi, but unfortunately that was 20 years ago. So
it's never too late.
I was really struck by how incredibly articulate and this kind of disarming wisdom that these kids had. And did you specifically find children who were this way, or was this kind of a universal quality in these kids who are under these incredible circumstances?
Well, I think both Nathan and I could say things about that. I think that not everybody that we met and encountered was articulate. A lot of the children were very shy, particularly the girls. It's not a culture where girls are encouraged to speak their mind. But Nathan spent so much time there, really living with people, and he has the ability to instill trust in people. And so many of the children just started to open up to him, and he thankfully found these incredibly articulate children who were able to have this incredible point of view about life. And it's funny when you don't have a lot of distractions, which we have so many of in our Western, modern, privileged world. You do have to ask yourself the hard questions, and I think that's really why so many of the children that we met were so wise. And Nathan, I'm sure you have something to say about that.
Yeah, no, the kids that we met were amazing. There's so many that didn't make it into the film that they were just so amazing. There's so many millions of kids in Malawi that are so great. But we got lucky and we found some, or actually they kind of found us. I mean, Finizo, the one boy, he's just a hustler. He just walked up to me and was like, I have an exam and I need pencils, and you look like a fellow that could give me pencils. and I realized that this kid has something. So all of these kids that are so inspiring, they really found us. And after all the research and all the time that I spent in the village, and Madonna as well, they really stuck out. There was about 4 kids that just were passionate about telling their stories and wanted the rest of the world to know the hardships of their life.
Well, also a very touching story that Nathan told me when he first went there was that he, when you are filming children, you put a little microphone on them so you can hear their dialogue, and was it Finito? he wanted to keep his microphone when he went home in case he got into trouble or he needed Nathan's help, he could call him. So sweet.
Yeah, that's amazing kids.
Other question? Yes, right over here.
Tremendously moving film. Thank you very much. What, if anything, does our government do to help the situation in Malawi?
The question for those of you who may not be able to hear it is, what does our government do? What can our government do to help Malawi?
I don't have the answer to that. I'm not sure what our government does, period. Except get us further into debt and blow up countries. I don't think it's wise for us to rely on our government to come to the rescue of these people or any people in need. I think this is a call to action, and it's a call for us to take the first step. We need to be involved. We need to do the work. We need to stop relying on our government to do things to change the environment, you know, the overwhelming number of people living in poverty. It's our job to change that, and I would think it was a fool's errand to rely on the government to do something.